Hello, everyone. Welcome back for another video. I hope everyone's having a great day. Before watching the video, please subscribe and like it. Todd Chrisley denies stalkers worry him after rant about nosy Parkers. Reality TV star Todd Chrisley isn't losing sleep over stalkers. At least, that's what he wants everyone to believe. Fresh off a fiery online rant slamming nosy Parkers who pry into his personal life, Chrisley is doubling down, insisting that no amount of lurking eyes can rattle his southern charm. Let him watch, Chrisley declared in a recent Instagram story, complete with his signature smirk. If they've got time to stalk me, bless their hearts. They clearly need a hobby. The former Chrisley Knows Best star, currently embroiled in ongoing legal drama and family struggles, seems to be taking the scrutiny in stride. His rant called out people with binoculars for brains, accusing them of trying to stitch together drama from thin air. Fans were quick to react, some cheering his candidness, others wondering if the pressure might be getting to him. Still, Chrisley remains defiant. I've lived louder than most people can whisper. If they're watching, at least I'm giving them something to talk about. Whether it's confidence or bravado, one thing's clear, Todd Chrisley isn't backing down. And for the folks peeking through the curtains, consider yourselves officially called out. Todd Chrisley under pressure amid federal tax and financial fraud allegations. Todd Chrisley, the flamboyant patriarch of Chrisley Knows Best, has always portrayed a picture-perfect life. Southern charm, wealth, and tightly manicured control over every detail. But behind the glossy reality TV facade lies a growing storm that even he may not be able to micromanage. Federal tax and financial fraud allegations that have turned his world upside down. The charges, brought against both Todd and his wife, Julie Chrisley, allege a complex web of financial misdeeds, from bank fraud and wire fraud to conspiracy and tax evasion. Prosecutors argue that the couple conspired to defraud banks out of more than $30 million in loans by inflating their income and fabricating financial documents. Add to that accusations of hiding income from their hit show and evading tax liabilities, and the stakes are higher than any family drama ever captured on camera. Chrisley, known for his razor-sharp wit and unflinching confidence, has remained defiant in the face of the allegations. He insists he's innocent, claiming the charges are a result of a disgruntled former employee seeking revenge. "We have nothing to hide," he said in a statement. "The truth will rise, and so will we." But despite his public bravado, insiders suggest the pressure is mounting. Sources close to the family report increased tension behind closed doors, with legal fees piling up and reputational cracks forming. The Chrisleys have built their empire on the image of untouchable perfection, the neat family, the lavish lifestyle, the snarky yet loving dad. And now, that carefully curated brand is at risk of unraveling. Federal prosecutors, meanwhile, are not taking the case lightly. They've presented a paper trail they claim exposes years of deceit, pointing to bank statements, forged documents, and email records. The IRS is also circling, alleging that the Chrisleys failed to file tax returns for multiple years. The courtroom drama has not only threatened their freedom but their future in entertainment. With filming halted and sponsorships pulled back, the financial blow could be as devastating as the legal one. Todd's once ironclad control over his image is slipping, and it's Todd Chrisley's nosy Parker rant. Denial meets drama in a southern paradox. Todd Chrisley, never one to bite his tongue, is back in the headlines, and this time, it's not for courtroom appearances or reality TV antics. No, the Chrisley Knows Best star has taken to social media in a fiery tirade against what he calls nosy Parkers. Those ever-watchful, gossip-hungry folks who, according to him, spend too much time peeking into his business and not enough tending to one thing abundantly clear. Todd raged in an Instagram live session, voice dripping with his signature Southern sass. "I'm not worried about any of y'all. You can snoop, stalk, speculate, spin your stories, but I sleep just fine at night." Cue the paradox. Because while Chrisley insists he's unbothered, his energy says otherwise. The rant ran nearly 10 minutes long. He called out keyboard cowboys, porch paparazzi, and even hinted that some of his nosiest critics are closer than fans might think. They'll smile at you at Sunday service, then run home and dissect your lawn like they're working for the FBI, he quipped. It was vintage Todd, sarcastic, sharp, and wrapped in that performative polish we've come to expect. But for someone claiming not to care, he sure seemed to be carrying a lot of heat. It begs the question, is Chrisley's denial part of a larger performance? Or is he genuinely trying to convince himself more than his audience? Some observers are calling the rant a deflection, a way to stir the pot and pull attention away from the heavier clouds looming over him, namely federal tax and fraud allegations that have cast a long shadow on the Chrisley brand. With legal battles playing out behind closed doors and a once sparkling public image starting to fray, the outburst felt like a smoke bomb tossed into the spotlight. Distract, deflect, entertain. Classic reality TV damage control. But even paradoxes can be revealing. Todd's whole persona is built on contradictions, a man who craves privacy yet lives on camera, who claims to be above drama yet thrives in the middle of it. His rant may have been aimed at the nosy Parkers, but it also seemed like a warning shot to the world. Don't mistake my silence for surrender. People think if you don't clap back, you're weak, he said, eyes burning into the camera. But honey, silence is just the Southern way of loading the second round. So does Todd Chrisley care about the gossip? Probably more than he lets on. But in true Chrisley fashion, he's turning his frustration into a performance. Whether it's defiance, denial, or just good old-fashioned showmanship, one thing's clear, he still knows how to keep people watching. Even the nosy ones. Contradictory statements. ChatGPT said, Todd Chrisley says he's not concerned about stalkers. But his contradictory statements tell Todd Chrisley insists he's not losing any sleep over stalkers, critics, or curious eyes creeping around his perfectly manicured life. But if his recent statements are any indication, the line between confidence and contradiction is blurring fast. In a fiery Instagram live that quickly went viral, the Chrisley Knows Best star addressed what he described as the parade of weirdos who follow his every move, online and off. I'm not concerned, he declared, adjusting his designer collar. If people are stalking me, that's on them. That's their miserable little hobby, not my problem. And yet, the rant went on and on. He accused strangers of parking down the street, watching with binoculars, and following him around like, I'm the grand marshal in a parade I didn't sign up for. His tone oscillated between mockery and genuine irritation, calling people pathetic one moment and pitifully obsessed the next. They got ring lights, recording devices, and nothing better to do, he snapped. It's creepy, it's disturbing. But no, I'm not worried. Cue the contradiction. For someone unbothered, Chrisley sure spent a lot of time and emotional energy talking about it. It's the classic Todd twist. Deny concern while offering a detailed play-by-play of the very thing you claim doesn't matter. The more he spoke, the clearer it became. He was concerned. Deeply. But admitting that wouldn't be very on-brand for someone who's built his TV persona on unshakable control and Southern steeliness. This paradox isn't new for Chrisley. His public life is a constant dance of duality, fiercely private yet constantly in the spotlight, image-obsessed yet claiming authenticity, defiant yet deeply defensive. It's no surprise that his comments about stalkers are laced with mixed messages. Psychologists might call it reactive denial. When someone downplays a threat not because it doesn't bother them, but because acknowledging fear feels like giving away power. For Todd, power is everything. He's the king of his castle, the head of his brand, the image curator of a carefully crafted empire. To admit vulnerability, even to stalkers, would puncture the glossy reality TV veneer. Of course, fans have noticed. You can't say you're not worried, then spend 10 minutes explaining in detail how you feel. One commenter wrote, Others wondered whether Chrisley's comments were aimed less at stalkers and more at the growing scrutiny around his legal troubles, a veiled message to those watching too closely. Still, Chrisley insists he's above it all. "Let 'em stalk," he said with a smirk. "All they'll see is a man unbothered, unfazed, and unbreakable." But underneath the bravado, the contradictions tell their own story. One of a man under pressure, fiercely clinging to control, even as the walls feel like they're inching closer. For Todd Chrisley, the watchers may not scare him, but they definitely have his attention. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, America Trends 24, and stay with us.